what's up, everybody? Welcome to Week 13 wrap-up of our Fantasy Football League podcast. I'm Sam, and of course we have with us Mr. Rob. Rob, how's it going, sir?
Going fantastic.
Excellent. You sound much better today.
Oh well, some little elf brought me a headset from Sacramento or somewhere, when he was out. So
Yeah.
Nice gentleman. I guess he got tired of listening to me out here. I don't know what to do with myself though. I'm sitting there with free hands, man.
Yeah,
you got doing some work.
You have two hands now to go through your paperwork or whatever you want to do. But
you know what they say, idle hands are the work of the devil. So
is that what they say?
I don't know who they are, but those people sure say a lot. I hear they all the time. So
Hey,
I don't know who they are, though. They're none of my friends. I've never actually had one person I know ever tell me that idle hands are the work of the devil. So.
All right, let's go over last week's predictions real quick. Both you and Cody went 5-3. So not too bad. You guys you guys picked similar stuff, but sometimes some of those picks, the big upset was of course
Golden State over Moose Knuckles.
Golden State, exactly.
Man, we'll talk about that one when we get to it.
And sorry about that. I'm just laughing at the picks here. But okay, yeah, cool. Let's take a look at the standings here, Rob. There's some shockers. You moved down.
What's shocking about that?
You've been sitting in the Division C leader for a while. That's all.
Yeah, I've been sitting in the leader spot, much to my chagrin, blocking me from getting anybody that could actually help my crappy team, Sam. So, probably too little, too late. I love that Todd is still even behind me and can snake me on pickups. So it's
Let's.
I'm just surprised it took this long.
So let's break it down. Division A looks like Sav's clinched, huh?
Savs has clinched out. He's got that first round bye, 10-3. Kudos to Savs. Cannot be caught for that. So basically, he's on cruise control for 2 weeks. I don't think he's going to put up enough points to catch Sticky Bun or Nutsack there for the season high total. So he might as well take it easy for a couple weeks. But hopefully he doesn't play that like Peyton Manning in the past, where they rest their guys and he comes out and just lays an egg, man. Because there's guys over there that can take him down. But right now, Sam's great season, and good for him, dude.
And defending Chump is still kind of in it.
Oh, defending Chump's full on in it. In fact, defending Chump is, I'm going to have to say he's basically in the playoffs, man. I mean, you get a little bit of screw up there. We got to jump over to Division B there. Let's say that Moose Knuckles beats New Denver this week, which is fully fathomable, and Scott loses. I don't see how Scott's not in the play. New Denver and Moose Knuckles play each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
So defending Chump, man, my bad. I should have put an X next to his name there. I'll
pull
that back out, but he's in the playoffs.
Yeah, he's in the playoff for sure. Yeah, because
yeah. Well, hey, kudos to defending Chump, man. he's hanging around. We'll talk about his team when we get to it, but good for him, man. That's a pretty good run he's on there, man. That's two years in a row. He's probably feeling pretty good about himself.
Yep. And the winner of Moose Knuckles and New Denver is in, right?
Yep, that'll be the winner over there. So that's a playoff game right off the bat.
Ooh, game of the week possibly. Well, one of the games of the week, and I'll talk about the other one here soon. Let's go to Division C. Nobody locked in yet.
Division C is pretty much is a mess there. Break down the scenarios there real quick. You got Gangrene and Silky Squad play each other this week. In all reality, Wolfpack's best hope to get into the playoffs here, because he's only behind me by about, 77 points it looks like?
Yep.
Is that I beat Silky Squad, and, Todd just has another big monster week. He did over 200 last week. So, he's hanging around. If Silky Squad beats Gangrene as expected, just a better team, then that's pretty much going to knock out both commissioners. So, how often do you get a chance in 1 week to knock both commissioners out of this, or the commission, the co-commish, out of the playoffs? But boy, you can live the American dream there, right?
Yep, yep. I mean, for Wolfpack to get in, you would have to win, and then Wolfpack would have to get like huge points. I mean, not just 200. We're talking 300 points, though, right? Because let's say you score 100. Let's say you score 100, which is reasonable.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So that means you would be up 170 to him.
See, no, you don't need huge points. You just need 78 more than I get. But you know, and that's doable. I mean, you can do like 124, 120 game with Silky Squad, and he puts up over 200. He's in there, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, scored in the 120s is, let me tell you, Gang Green is fully capable of scoring in the 120s. I don't usually go under 100, but
yeah.
Yeah, I broke you 200 once, but, it's just much more plausible. I mean, to pick up 110 points on Silky Squad, especially the biggest problem he's got right there is Roethlisberger is one of his best players for Wolfpack, and he's going to be throwing to two Silky Squad Pittsburgh wide receivers. It's just not, it's not in the cards there. So he's going to have to be rooting for Gang Green this week, and he's going to have to be running his team. I mean, the reality is that I'm not going to win. I don't go against those. I'm going to try. I mean, don't get me wrong, but it's like I'd like nothing more than a win, but I don't have the team, And Silky Squad's going to hop in there, so I think he's going to live out the dream there and knock another commission, the co-commission out at the same time. I don't think Brewmaniac's going to hop back in here, though.
Nah. All right, cool. And Division D looks all locked up. Sticky Buns and Nutsack. The question is, who has that bye, right?
Yeah, it's coming down to the bye over there. So, I mean, this is an important game here. It's not quite the level of New Denver and Moose Knuckles, which is a huge game, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And Gang Green Silky Squad's really a huge game. I mean, division, so let's go back. Wolfpack, we have to assume it's going to be Burn Maniacs, right? I mean, that's
yes.
Right? So, I mean, he's in there, but, over here, that bye is a nice thing because one thing, you're playing 2 more weeks of football, and it moves you right up into the money right off the bat. Even 4th place is better than a wild card loss. So it's, it's just nice. Plus, you go to the Final Four, it's a tournament. Hey, taking 3rd in this league even, there's no shame in that. So it's, I don't know. We'll break that game down because they play each other. So it might not be the last time we see both of them. So.
Yep. All right, cool. Exciting that we have 2 very exciting games, New Denver versus Moose Knuckles and Sticky Buns versus Nutsack there.
Well, I'm going to have to say that Heroes for Hire, Kelly Knights, Rebs Nuts, Gold State Heavyweight, Bird Maniacs, Straight LA, and Nasty Habits could all give a crap about all those games, right? So,
it's true. I guess you're right. I honestly, I don't care, really. But as a podcaster, it makes it interesting,
Well, the good thing is, though, is that, and I can't hold it against teams, even though you should be playing hard, but you get down to week 14, it's right by Christmas, and, you might be kind of, I don't really care, you're not making moves, you're not going to make any moves if you're out, but it just kind of turns out this year, if you look at all these games, with the exception of Wolfpack versus Bruno, and Bruno, they'll put a functional team out there, it's, as functional as he's got. Really, everybody that has something on the line is playing each other. So, I mean, the Straight LA Nasty Habits game this week, I mean, it might mean something to those guys, but, who cares? Rebs Nuts versus Gold State Heavyweight, Heroes versus Kelly. I mean, I'm trying to figure out which one of these games is the biggest dog, man.
And also Sticky Buns and Nutsack is playing for season high score.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, hey, man, 2 good teams there. Let's Nutsack back going. So let's get to it, man.
Let's go. Let's talk about our first matchup here, Nutsack versus Nasty Habits. Nasty Habits didn't put up much of a fight, Rob.
Yeah, well, way to come right back in there. Nasty Habits didn't put up much of a fight. As I've said before on these things, these teams all peaked when they were playing me this year. I mean, one more win, dude. And, I mean, I look at losses to Nasty Habits, to Kelly Knights, and just thoroughly, mediocre teams that I should have beat. Just one more, and we're already talking about Gang Green being in. But that's neither here nor there. Nasty Habits did not put up much of a fight. He typically doesn't put up much of a fight if Peterson doesn't do anything. Just, Matt Ryan, dude, when did he turn into freaking the guy that got rid of, 8 years ago in Matt Schaub? I mean, the guy's turned into the human, interception machine out there. Jay Cutler, very poor performance. Peterson, I mean, really? 18 yards? And what the hell's up with Minnesota anyway? I mean, they're really not that good, right? That's what we have to establish at this point because they can't beat anybody that's any good. I mean, they just got their asses handed to them by Seattle. So
yeah.
it's just 86 points, nothing much there. Let's move over to Nutsack. He's been playing those quarterbacks really interesting the last couple of weeks, and obviously not starting Drew Brees for him. And in a good non-start, typically. Even though at home, I don't know, Tay. I don't know about that one. Turns out to be a shootout, and I think we might be talking about Nutsack. Theoretically, depending on who he flexes over there, he's maybe flirting with the weekly high score, and he's probably definitely, we're talking maybe a 10-point difference with them and Sticky Bun. I don't know exactly what Breeze is worth, but since nobody started him, I don't bother to score guys that weren't started. I mean, how exciting is that? But, huge week, man. Allen Robinson, dude, where the hell did that come from? That guy's a good player, but, 45 is not what you expect out of Allen Robinson on a game.
Out of a Jacksonville player.
Yeah, well, that offense has improved a lot. I mean, really, that passing game has been pretty nice. Those two receivers are pretty good there. So, I can't even remember the guy that basically drank himself out of the league by the time he was 23, which, I would have done too. But, unfortunately, at age 23, I would have been sitting right there with him. But, hey, good for Nutsack. Good bounce back. It's been kind of interesting there.
Pittsburgh, 41 points on defense. Jeez.
Oh, God, man. Dude, how badly did Pittsburgh kick the crap out of Indianapolis last week? It's like, what? Indy's just old, man. It's just a bad team, And you forget about them sometimes because they get to go out there and play the Jacksonvilles and Tennessees of the world. And, maybe they're on the bounce back. And then they go in and play Pittsburgh, who's, got a really nice-looking offense, obviously, at this point. And it just, what an embarrassing game for them.
Yeah.
And that was our primetime game of the week. Thank you very much. I'm sure it looked good somewhere, know.
Yep. All right. Yeah, Nutsack, 200 points, getting close, gaining on that season high score. And let's go to our next matchup, Straight LA versus Sticky Bun.
Sticky Bun just continues to roll, man.
Yep.
Right? Look at Newton again, 55 points, dude.
League MVP, man.
Go ahead.
League MVP.
Oh, God, yeah. You got to figure at this point. It's ridiculous. I don't know if it's beneficial for that team to go undefeated or not. Maybe Atlanta, they got to play twice in the next, 3 weeks. Maybe they steal one from them. New Orleans gave them an A-plus effort. That was, good for them, by the way. It shows the team still has heart. It's hard to tell that they do when you watch the defense. But, but I think Cam Newton's graduated from, second tier 2 quarterback to, you throw him in, bounce him around, drop wires, etc. He's graduated into a front line guy. It's just a ridiculous game. The scary thing about him is, it's not, it's not running, man. The guy's throwing the ball out. Just imagine if he had some top end wide receivers there. It's amazing.
It's just Olsen. If you watch him play, Olsen will catch the balls, but his receivers are dropping a lot of good passes.
Oh, they
it's
absolutely
crazy.
do. We watch Carolina play quite a bit. Papal, my mom's boyfriend, is a Carolina fan, so we kind of keep up with them. Yeah, it's a good team and good for Cam. The guy's elite, man. He's just an athlete. He looks terrific out there. So yeah, hey, Greg Olsen, by the way. That dude's fantastic, man. But he's not involved in this game. McCoy, the injury is going to hurt Sticky Bun a little bit this week, but then it's Chikandrick West back. And as long as you still got Melvin Gordon, you got to feel good about your championship hopes here, right? So,
he still has Melvin Gordon.
He still got, that dude still has not broke 70 yards and has still not scored a touchdown, man. Yeah. And, straight LA, that's a nice week for him this week.
Sure. 150 points, 38 points for Denver. Wow.
Oh, yeah, Denver looked good, man. It's a good team. I still think Kansas City outscores. We'll talk about that over on Scott's side when we get there. But, Devontae Freeman, that's kind of an interesting thing to watch if anybody's got him going forward in the playoffs because, he seems like one of those guys that may have peaked already. And, I don't know. That team doesn't inspire me. And I saw that Demaryius Thomas actually held on to a football last week long enough to get a touchdown.
Yeah.
Those 30-plus yards he got were impressive. Hey, speaking of your Broncos, dude, I don't know if maybe they just kind of took that game off or what, but getting kind of the sensation there that, it's kind of funny what happens when NFL scouts and coaching staffs get good tape, video, Blu-ray, high-def quality, whatever you want to call it, on players. Osweiler was mighty uninspiring, so that should be against a really, really bad defense and a bad team in general, San Diego. That should be that's an interesting decision looming. All that being said, I don't think there's going to be a mad rush to go out and pick up Peyton Manning for a playoff run this year for any of our teams. So that's an interesting game. We'll get back to that one in a second, break down a little further.
150 points for straight LA. That's really good. It's just, Sticky Bun did better.
Yeah, he's an up and down player this year, man. He's streaky, man. He just kind of Sticky Bun's got a better team, and that's there's nothing else you can say about it, man. But good season for straight LA. Had a real nice team, and both those guys did a great job as co-hosts this year. We appreciate it.
Oh, definitely. So let's go to your matchup: Gang Green versus Wolfpack.
137.5. It's that's about Gang Green level these days. Actually, probably a little bit above it. It's about the only thing I point out of my team is, my God, I started Jeremy Hill and he scored. I finally got something out of the guy after week 1. It's amazing, but Blount kind of let me down there a little bit. Randall Cobb managed to give me 10 points on falling on a ball in the end zone. That guy has been a catastrophe this year, and. I had one active genius this week. Picking up Alex Smith turned out pretty good. It's not Cam Newton numbers, but
that's good.
Coming off the waiver wire at 33 points for a 1-week stream, I was pretty happy with that. But 137, that's about Gang Green these days. Wolfpack, Jesus. Roethlisberger he just killed it in that game. And again, Indianapolis, it's a charade down there. That team is just nowhere near being Super Bowl ready. They have Andrew Luck and T.Y. Hilton and 43 additional open roster spots, and Roethlisberger just exploded. It was a huge game. And A.J. Green, big game out of him. I look at this and I go, how did he get 206? But he did, Seattle, nice game, Boswell, Boswell was, even Boswell got in the action for Pittsburgh. So, it was a monster win for Wolfpack, and good for him, dude. The guy's he's like that kind of team that, sucks for 10 years straight, ends up with all number 1 draft picks, kind of like on the waiver wire.
Waiver wires, Yep, D'Angelo,
good.
He was just sucking on purpose just to get all the good waiver wires,
I'm certain that was his plan. Yeah, no question about it. That's pretty clever, Todd. I think everybody should try to replicate that next year. Have a really bad draft, especially in your my conference, and then just exploit me on the waiver wire, okay?
Cuts there. Let's go to Silky Squad versus Bruin Maniacs, and Bruin didn't put up much of a fight either. 78 points.
Well, Bruin doesn't have much to fight with. Hey, you know what? Kudos to him, though. At least he picked up Fitzpatrick, who scored almost exactly half of the points on his team to stay competitive. But again, the 1 or what was it, 1.5 week facade that Eddie Lacy was back and was going to make an impact is over again. He just he get the ball 7 times because he missed curfew.
He missed curfew, and him and his teammate that missed curfew, his teammate got cut right away.
Good.
So Eddie Lacy.
What did Lacy find an all-night buffet line out there? What's the deal, man? He just couldn't resist, man. He's willing to take the chance. He's like, unlimited desserts, baby. I gotta have them, man. It's gonna be good. Coach won't know. It's Hey, we're going long. Let's skip on this game. Rodgers, though. Dude, he almost hit the roof with that pass. He didn't need him. Silky Squad didn't need it, but that was unbelievable. But how does Detroit leave the tight end standing with nobody around him in front of the
biggest
goal
guy
line,
out there? Biggest guy out there near the end zone. Yeah.
They got 5 guys. They got every receiver covered, and here's just this one guy just standing there going, "Hey, thanks, man. I can jump and catch that." Hey, but Derek Carr. Let's talk about that real quick. Dude, did that guy regress all the way to his junior college in the 4th quarter of that game with the Chiefs alone? That was a awful, awful, awful performance. It's like he lost all the goodwill that Derek Carr had built up, and then he might have a future. Just went away against a real defense that quickly, right?
Yeah.
I just 3 interceptions in the fourth quarter, dude. Just in a game where, oh my God! One other thing about Oakland there, dude. Get into a real NFL stadium. Why is it every time like it sprinkles, the entire the field turns into like just some muddy muck, dude? It's an embarrassing situation up there. That team has got to move, right? I'm afraid everybody's going to get hurt playing on that field, man.
Yeah. There's a $600 million fee you have to pay to move.
Oh yeah, now the Raiders won't be paying that, but I'm sure like
the city,
I'm
of course.
telling you, you know my scenario is St. Louis and San Diego are going to LA, and the Raiders will end up going to St. Louis. You know, I mean that stadium, and the same for the baseball team. They both play in the same dome. I mean it's really just it's embarrassing. I mean they would be better off rebuilding Candlestick up to what it was than playing in there. I'm just always blown away by that field is. It can't possibly be that bad. I mean, what are they doing? Like, they have a concert like 2 hours before kickoff every game. It's just, it's terrible, man.
Yeah.
And good luck this week, man.
And Todd Gurley hasn't been doing anything these last 3 or 4 weeks now. I don't know what the heck happened there. I don't know what St. Louis is doing. But
St. Louis is terrible. And I mean, you always hate the hype on guys like this too, right? I mean, Todd Gurley's a nice player. But it was like when he's going off for 2 or 3 games in a row there, right? Is he the best player in the NFL right now? I mean, going, really? I mean, the guy had like 3 good games. What do you mean, is he the best player in the NFL right now? Maybe not is the answer to that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but it's mind-boggling the crap that they will put out there on the internet for articles by, allegedly reputed websites,
Yeah.
I mean, of course, Todd Gurley's not the best player in the league. And he's not helped by the fact that the Rams' quarterback situation. I mean, I can't even think of who the dude is starting there right now. I mean,
I don't even know.
Nick Foles wasn't anything, right? But I mean, it's kind of like, dude, hey, everybody, ready to tackle Todd Gurley because the quarterback can't throw. So, anyway.
Anyway, let's go to the next matchup. New Denver versus Rev Nuts and Rev Nut. I think lowest score this week, maybe 68.
Oh man, yeah, he's definitely got the lowest score of the week. I mean, he even came in below your typical 72 there.
Oh, come on now.
Dude, you gotta have the record for most like sub 80 scores in a season, man. I mean, it's we're not talking about you quite yet.
Not yet.
We're not going to talk about you at all. You score under 80 like 9 times, like you have. We don't talk about you at the end of the season, so that takes care of you. That's nuts, dude. Yeah, he's taking it there. What did he send me out on Lacey? Like legs against championship years or something. What is the abbreviation with the starters? And that's about right. Unfortunately, Lacey wasn't going to save him. I mean, let's look at it. 0, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, -4. And then you get 28 out of Palmer and 27 out of Bryant. So it's, again, 0, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, and -4. You're going to put up 68 in what was definitely a must-win game for him. So.
Oh my God, 68! That's pathetic, right, Rob? I mean, anything below 70.
Well, didn't his cousin just put up 29 though? Like,
oh yeah.
I mean, nothing phases me after that, man. So 68 is really bad, but. Why pile on the guy? Just got eliminated from the playoffs. I mean,
sorry, Mark.
We love Mark. He's a great guy, man. I mean, and he wanted it. He wants it every year, and he's going to get it one year. But it really was a pretty good team too. But I mean, you talk about a fizz job there. But boy, it sets up a big matchup between him and Golden State Heavyweight this week, baby. It's that's going to be it's a primetime game right there. So sorry, Mark.
Did Mark?
He shreds.
Did Mark already use his extended flex and he couldn't run Russell Wilson again? Man, that guy's these last 2-3 weeks he's been having a monster game. But. Oh, well.
Yeah, he's looking really good, man. I work with Anthony McCoy's wife at my job, and he just re-signed with Seattle today after, which I kind of figured that made the most sense. So if any of you guys out there know Anthony McCoy, I know Michael does, Bullard High, I know Stevie does. He's back with Seattle, and they're very happy about that. So
Hmm.
good for them there, man. But
Cool,
yeah,
cool.
Russell Wilson. He won't be catching any passes for Russell Wilson, but Wilson is tearing it up, man. New Denver, nice game. Even with the Derek Carr curse over there, Blake Bortles, insane, dude. That Jacksonville Tennessee game was actually good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was well played. I'd just say it was actually good, right?
Yeah, no defense whatsoever, I guess.
Well, whatever. It was entertaining. They were back and forth, you know. I mean, it was entertaining. Hey, I mean, it had all the hallmarks that game should have. Bad coaching decisions, no defense, 87-yard quarterback scampers, for touchdowns. I mean, it was everything you could hope for two crap teams like that, man.
Yeah.
Only in the NFL can you have two really awful franchises playing each other and have one of the better games of the week, right?
Yeah.
It's just interesting game. So, New Denver, man, that's huge. We're going to save him a little more. We're going to break him down with his game against Moose Knuckles with a little more detail later. So.
Yeah. Well, let's go. Speaking of Moose Knuckles, a big upset: Golden State Heavyweight versus Moose Knuckles here.
Yeah, and it's just completing the slide, man. I mean, this guy I thought was in all the way, and he started getting a little thin at the running back there, or he's always been a little thin at the running back, and then the wide receivers just kind of started thinning out on him. He just can't deal with. Okay, well, hold on. What's the deal here? I got one team's got Demaryius Thomas for 6 receiving yards, and one team's got Demaryius Thomas for 3. So I'll figure that out.
We have to wait. But I mean, I don't know if that matters. Yeah, it shouldn't matter. But yeah,
it's not significant. It doesn't change the score, but it's. I'm just caught that right now.
Yeah.
It's just a slide, man. Cobb, really, I mean, seriously, Ty, he didn't start him. He had the foresight not to do that this week. The guy's been a bust. He needs guys like that to come through. It's, all things considered, the 142.5 is not bad. I mean, New England, boy, that was a shocker, huh? I mean, I guess they really can't win with just anybody out on the field with Tom Brady, huh?
Yeah, and you can just see the frustration with Tom. It's just like, man, those receivers are not catching it.
Oh, no. I mean, dude, that last drive, he had time, I mean, Tom Brady was, a minute to go. I mean, even with no timeouts, there's no problem. I mean, LaFell drops the ball. Amendola drops the ball. It's like, dude, I mean, what are you guys doing, man?
Help Tom out, yes.
Yeah. I mean, these guys are, Amendola is Amendola. He's not much. LaFell is obviously on his way to being a big-time bust. But, I mean, he could have used those points. It's just bizarre. I mean, you really, losing at home, it just kind of, again, I think everybody just expects that if Tom Brady and Belichick are playing in the game that they're invincible. They're obviously not. I mean, that team has no talent right now. That being said, I mean, Brady still put up 42. I mean, Moose Knuckles had a nice week, but Golden State, man, I mean, he just kind of came out of nowhere. 55 for Newton didn't hurt, of course, but, just a big, ugly upset, and just not the kind of game the Moose Knuckles wanted to lose right there. And I'm sure it's just killing him, So it's, You got to beat the Golden States, and you
got to beat the Golden State. I like that.
Well, if you're playing for the playoffs, I mean, and obviously we're picking the guys who think are going to win. You're helpless against it, but
yeah,
that's just lady luck rearing its ugly head at you, and you're going, oh my God, how do I lose to Golden State, man? Right when I need this game to go in, and just sets up a great game between him and New Denver. But, I mean, Sam, didn't you think, man? I mean, Moose Knuckles was in. We figured, right?
Yep.
And both these guys are great guys, man. I mean, I'm not rooting against either of them. I mean, I certainly don't want to say the collapse is complete for Moose Knuckles, but, next week. But New Denver, the Dog's a cool guy too, man. So it's like, I mean, good for him if he gets in. These are two deserving teams, man. They probably would have made the wild card as a good segue if, Division A didn't have 2 complete walkovers and Heroes for Hire and Kelly Knights allowing Stabs and defending chump just to pile the points on up there, right?
Yep.
Adding up the wins. Not to mention that everybody up there gets an extra win for playing Burn Maniacs, and, so that's tough,
Yeah, and that segues on to Heroes for Hire with his sorry-ass 72 points here versus Savs.
Way to come in and play. Way to come in and play spoiler there, Sam. Way to step up for Scotty there, man.
Yeah.
That 72.5 was monsters. So, but I'm not talking about your crappy team. And Savs, kudos. He great season, 10-3. He's playing Scott this week. He'll probably end up. Scott will think he has something to play for, so he'll probably go out and drop half the quarterback so he can have two of those guys. And he's not very good at math, but. Boy, I mean, as far as two teams are going to be in the playoffs, this is about as least interesting final week game that we have. But Savs, he's rolling, man. I mean, he's going to have to string quarterbacks going in. Tannehill and Stafford ain't going to get it done, man. But hopefully Gronkowski gets back on pace and Landry doesn't put any more goose eggs. And one thing about Savs, I will say, he's got the best damn kickers in all of fantasy football this year, right?
The kickers?
Yeah, Walsh and Santos. I mean, these guys are golden, right?
Yeah.
And Santos only puts up 2 this week because, he was busy missing them in that mud pit up there in Oakland. But, I mean, you got to feel good about those. I'd flex both those guys, in week 16 or 17, dude. It's a guaranteed win, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you wish you had Walsh or Santos, even with McManus and Hotchkiss on your team. You're a pretty strong kicker too, Sam. That might be the highlight of your team, man.
Yeah. He definitely scored more points than Manning. I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah, he did. Yeah, and that's even if Manning was playing. So
yeah, it's horrible. Yeah, my team sucks. Well, let's go to
Mine, though, brother. Don't worry about it.
Let's go wrap it up. Defending Chum versus Cali Knights here. 196, almost 200 points for Scotty.
Yeah, old man is right, man. Again, Kelly Knights, peaks against Game Green and goes away again. So, defending Chum. He got the running backs right again this week. That's 2 weeks in a row. This pains me to say this. It absolutely pains me to say this because if he goes back-to-back championships, dude, and actually sneaks into my glory, I will never forgive the other 14 teams in this league. I mean, I beat them, okay? I did my job, guys. All right, but what the hell's up with you, man? I mean, you got to step up in games like that. And he's got a good-looking team going down into the playoffs right now. Head top to bottom, he might not have the biggest hitters, even though those wide receivers are nice. Dude, he's solid, man. I mean, Dalton, Ryan, those aren't bad quarterbacks when you mix in with the depth he has at the other positions, man. He's loaded up, and he can mix and match for matchups and go with it. So, that's a very dangerous team going in. In fact, he may be better than Savs at this point, as far as top to bottom talent goes. Savs just doesn't have the running backs keep up, even though, Allen had a nice week. In the long run, I don't know, but anything can happen in 1 week, and obviously, Savs is going to be kicking in week 15 while defending Chump might be laying an egg, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. Any given Sundays, I could have scored 250, instead of 70.
No, Sam, that's any given month. Any given month, your combined score might hit 250, dude. Dude, you're a good player, Sam, but it's just not your year, dude. It's just not a good year, brother.
After that weekly or quote-unquote season high score, it was all downhill from there. I peaked, and that was it.
How do you get the season high score, man? It's mind-boggling. I mean, other than that, you never did anything the rest of the year except for that 1 week.
After that 1 week, man, I thought it was sunshines and rainbows after that, and then nope.
No, it was just stormy weather, brother.
Horrible. So let's go over next week's matchup, Rob. This is going to be some interesting ones. Let's go with defending Chumps and Savs.
Again, like I said, Scott he'll figure he has something to play for, and there's really no reason to break this game down like it probably would deserve normally.
Mm-hmm.
Savs, he's going to be kicking it on, some desert island and smoking cigars because he's got the week off. So I'll go to Sandwich Chump, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. There's nothing this game is for. And Heroes for Hire versus Kelly Knights.
All right. I guess you're keeping stats on me because this is one of the absolute who cares games. I mean,
correct.
At least I can find angles of fun in the Reds Nuts Golden State game and whatnot. But,
yeah.
I'll go Kelly Knights. I see, 3 digits before his period in there, and I haven't seen 3 digits before your period in a long time. So Kelly Knights, baby.
All right. One of the games of the week: Moose Knuckles versus New Denver.
Ah, man, can I?
Winner gets in. Winner gets in.
Winners in, losers home, man. Oh God, I wish I could see the matchups who they're playing right now. You know what? God, McCoy being out, neither of them really come to play with running backs there. I'm going to say that Moose Knuckles gets up off the floor for at least 1 week and is going to pull out the win. It's going to come down to the quarterbacks. That's a close game, but I'm going to go with Moose Knuckles. I'm okay with either team winning. I'm going to cry for weeks, whichever for the other team that loses, or just say, hey, we'll see you next year, man. I'm going to go Moose Knuckles.
Moose Knuckles. All right, here we go. Let's go. Res Nuts versus Golden State. Another one that doesn't matter, probably.
Well, every time the 3 of us get drunk at the fantasy party at the end of the year, we always have the same conversation. And, again, I'd really like to see this. So I'm going to base my pick solely on my dream matchup, which is after about 12 beers each, Golden State defending my driveway against Red Nuts trying to break through. I've been trying to get these guys to do it for years. I'm going to say, Mark, man, he's quick. He's swift of foot, and Golden State, he's a big guy. I don't know, though, man. Revs has got about 10 years on him. I think Revs could do a shiver shake move or something like that and get by Golden State. Even just a little loss right there. I think Revs Nuts would actually get 2 feet on the concrete of my driveway. So I'm going to pick Revs Nuts this week.
All right, that's very based off of that. It's very.
Is there any other reason to break that game down?
Yeah. Let's go Bruins versus Wolfpack.
Oh, he's a Wolfpack, dude. Come on.
The Wolfpack. All right. Gangrene versus Suki Squad. What are you playing for?
I'm playing for the damn division,
That's
dude.
That's right. Winner gets in.
Yeah, I'm gonna put up a match against him this week, but I don't have a team, but if his team performs like they can, especially with those Pittsburgh receivers, and dude, please start LaFell again. Please start LaFell again. Please start LaFell. That's my best chance of winning, but. I'll put up a good game against them. Kansas City at home against San Diego should be a pretty good matchup right there. So for some points, I'll hang in there. But at the end of the day, Cobb and Bryant are just too disappointing, and Silky Squad takes me out. Man.
Oh man, too sad. All right.
Yeah, well, not for him. He's trying. And one thing on that, though, I got to tell you, man, him and I were texting back and forth the other night. I said, dude, this is getting ridiculous. I don't know what it is. It's like the 3rd year out of 4 or something that we've been in the same division, and it's always coming down to this with like 3 teams, and the last 2 years have been sitting right where we are right now, about 500. So it'd be nice if somebody could just run away with the damn thing one year and take the drama out of it, but we're getting kind of linked in this. Had a lot of years like this, so good luck to him, man.
Yeah,
I'm going to try to beat him, of course, but good luck to him, man.
All right. And the other win, this is more of a win, and you get a bye. Sticky Buns versus Nutsack.
Man,
who's going to get the bye? Who's going to get the bye?
Is Gronk coming back this week?
I don't think so. I haven't read anything about that yet.
My son's telling me he's doubtful, and I'm sure the injury report's out there very prominently for New England right now. I'm going to go. I don't know, man. You know what? I think Sticky Bun can beat him without him, dude. I'm going to go Sticky Bun. I think poor Nutsack, his team is peaked, man. It's not enough there at this point. Sticky Bun's got the better team, man, up and down. Even though, man, I don't know.
Yeah.
Running back's kind of scaring me a little bit. Fortunately, though, Nutsack doesn't have anybody that scares you, so.
Yeah. No. All right, and the last matchup, Nasty Habits versus Straight LA.
Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. We'll go LA without putting any thought into it whatsoever.
Yeah, that's right.
Veteran stats. It's his veteran prowess gets him the pick in the last week game here over Nasty Habits. So.
All right, cool. Good going. Yeah, this is exciting drama over there. Of course, for Rob and those other three matchups, very, very exciting. So, good luck, everybody. Our last regular season of fantasy football next weekend. Pretty sad,
No, it's not sad. Oh, pretty sad that it's over.
Yeah, fantasy football. Yeah. It's almost...
Well, Sam, don't you worry about it. We still got 4 more weeks of these calls to go. So
I can understand before we did the podcast where like you were on a losing streak and then you still have to put out these newsletters, and it's just like I can see it, Rob. It's like, oh, I got to do another podcast. My team sucks. We're not going anywhere. And
you do it for the love of the league. That's
I
it,
guess so.
It is a hell of a lot easier to do when you're winning.
Of course, yeah.
When you're losing and you're scoring, you're just going, please let this end now.
Yeah,
so.
I hear you. But hey, good luck, everybody, and get your lineups in. And for Rob and me, of course. Good luck, everybody, and see you next week.
Thanks, Sam.